If you've ever gone onto, let's say, The Independent, I know that they have it, Substack, they have it, Medium, they have it. If you've ever gone onto any of those websites, you'll see that when you scroll down a blog, you'll get to a certain point and then it'll say, subscribe to read more, or, you get one blog free and then you have to pay for the rest. This is something that has allowed not content creators, but writers to monetize their work in a really, really effective way. And Substack, and I would say Substack and Medium do this exceptionally well. It allows people who produce a ton of blogs to actually get paid a fair amount for them. And what that feature is a blog paywall. And Squarespace has just rolled this out, I believe, maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, where you can actually paywall your blog content. And it's honestly super, super cool to see, because I've worked with a ton of people in the past who have blogs. And in fact, I did have this one client who, it was like a safe community for females. And basically they had like a ton of paywalled content, but they couldn't use, obviously, Squarespace for this. So they have to set up like this third-party plugin, and it was just a mess. So in the end, they had to depart Squarespace as a platform. And now what we can do is, let's say you're a designer like me, you can say to clients, actually, we can keep this all in one place. And if you're a client looking for this, then yeah, you can keep it all in one place. So this is how to paywall your blogs, how to set it up, and just basically how to navigate it all. Okay, let's talk blog paywalls. So if we go into a website and we have a blog here, so I've just set up a demo website. If you don't have a blog, just click plus and click on blog and it will open up a blog. So we'll click in, and then now you'll see that the blog collection has a different setup, and it's very similar to the members. In fact, I think it's exactly the same as the members areas. So we've got pricing plans, we've got blog overview, and then we've got blog content. If we go into blog content, this is exactly like what we used to have. Well, what we still have, but it's just basically your articles. So you can add as many articles as you want, exactly the same as we used to back in the day. So that's fine. Now, the two other things that have changed is blog overview and pricing plan. So say it's changed. Blog overview basically is now just the main blog page. You never used to have that. So what would happen is you'd click into blog like this, and it would take us straight into blog content, but show us this page. So blog overview is just a way of looking at this page. Anyway, pricing plans, that's the juicy stuff. So we click on this, and then what we want to do is create a pricing plan. So we can give it a name, let's say my secret content. And it's literally, if you look at a members area tutorial video, this is exactly the same. So you'll have a digital product block to display it. So it'll be like the title, the price, how many times they pay it, whether it's one-off to get access or whether it's recurring, a description of the blog, of the product, a button to sign up, obviously, and then like a benefits section here. And this is all reflected to the left. So description, get access to my juicy content. I can't spell when I'm under pressure. Juicy content, which surrounds secret stuff. Lovely. And you can see it's reflected again on the right. So benefits, we can add a benefit, secret, juicy. Sounds like I'm starting an OnlyFans or something. But we can then move things about, as you can see, depending on how you want to display your benefits. You don't have to do any benefits either. You could just literally get rid of them like that. And yeah, anyway, let's add them back in. So juicy, secret, whatever. And you can see here, optional, just to back up my point. Then if we go down to pricing, so with the pricing, we can have the fixed amount. And what we can do here is say, okay, you can pay one fixed amount, or we can do like a payment plan. So you can go up to 12. Let's say someone can pay it off over 12 months. I do that with my course, 6-Figure Design Club. It's exactly the same here. So let's say a one-time fee is 300, and that's there. Or we can say you can do 3 payments of 125 for 3 months. Or you can do it over a weekly amount. I would say 3 months sounds fair. Or you can do subscription. and say, okay, the price is 90 and it repeats every month. Or you could say, every 3 months, 4 months, whatever. You could do yearly, you could do weekly. Now, the only thing with yearly is you can't do it, obviously, like every 2 years or 3 years. It has to be every 1 year. So that's that one. Then you can add another tier. Then you can add another option. So let's say you got 90 for the year, or you can do, 10 repeats every month. Lovely. And then the users can toggle between that, like so. And then obviously just click free if you want it to be free. Then you select what the digital product's going to be. So at the moment, we've only got blog. So this pricing plan applies to blog. Easy peasy. Then you've got sign up limits. So you can have enrollment dates, which is cool. You can click here, set a start date and an end date. I know a lot of course creators do, what do they call it? Cohorts. So they'll say, it's closed for enrollment until X date, and then it's only open for a week, and then they do that once a quarter. You could do this with your blog. Once you're happy, you create that pricing structure, and that sits in here now. You'll get the paywall option after this. So click on paywall, and then you're going to be able to customize the paywall page to a degree. So the headline is here, description is here, secret content, obviously you get to select what pricing plan is shown, and that sits here. So basically what we'd set up previously in the pricing plan bit, that is reflected on here. I've said reflected way more than I've ever said reflected before, but it's reflected here. And then you can see where the paywall is placed. So that can be either on blog posts, so the users can see that blog overview page. They can see all of the content, like the thumbnail, title, description, whatever. But when they click onto the blog, then the paywall comes up. Or what you can do is you can have it on the overview as well. So if someone clicks on the blog and they go to see the overview page, that's all blurred out as well. And I'll show you how that looks in a minute. So let's say blog post only for now. We're going to hit save and then go back. And then let's go down to the overview. So we're in the overview and I click on this morning routine. Just cancel that past like 10, 15 seconds. Then if we go out, you can see the blog now has paywalled to it here. Now, if we preview the website, so just by going into an incognito window, obviously setting a password and then checking it out, we go into blog and then we can see the overview page. So, you can see thumbnail, date, title, read more, blah, blah, blah. Then I click in, you can see that we're teasing the user by saying, look, there's the content, but they can't get it. They have to join now. So they can see the title, metadata, and then like a description here, obviously. But then the content itself, they can't see. So they have to join now. And then they come to that page that we've just customized. If they're a returning user, they can log in down here, or they can sign up here. And your site styles, by the way, your site styles are going to dictate how this looks. So, if you've got black instead of pink or, whatever, that's going to be reflected here. Same with the button style. So if this was like outline or pill shaped, it would be the same for these. And then if we go back, just a quick one. It looks like they can navigate to the next post. They can, but they're going to get the same paywall like so. So that's that. Now I'm going to go back and I'll show you what it looks like on the overview page as well. So we're back on the main site and then we go paywall. And we're going to go down here and say blog overview and blog posts. Hit save, go back, and then we'll test it on incognito now. So we're back on the incognito window. We click into blog and then boom, they're presented straight away with the paywall. So personally, I don't think this is the best option. I think you want to show the users like a taste of what they're going to get. So let them see the overview. And then when they go in to click on a blog, then they get that sort of blur. I'm not a fan of this personally. And then also in the blog, I would preface by saying like this is paid, like in the overview page. Don't just show them all the blog stuff, because that kind of feels like a bait and switch. That's like, you can click in. Oh, no, you can't. You got to pay me. So that's just my opinion. Now, there's one more thing I want to show you, and that is setting various blogs as previews. Okay, so we're back on the back end. Now, if we go into blog content and then we find, let's say, this morning routine will improve your mood. We go 3 dots, and then you see here we can set as a public preview. So we'll set this, and we're going to get this tag here that says public preview, and then we could do the same with this one as well. If you want to get rid of it, just 3 dots and then remove. But let's set these 2 up, and you can see we also get the tag here as well, so here and here. Now, let's go back one more time to the incognito window where we're testing it out, and I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, before I do that, make sure you put this to blog post only. And so to my point earlier, just about like prefacing this, I would say up here we have like a hero section, or we should have a hero section saying like blog, explain that this is paid content. There are some previews that you can check out, and then that just makes the user experience a lot better, in my opinion. So we go down and you can see this morning routine will improve your mood. We got preview there, so the users of the site on the front end can see. Now if we click take an effective mental health day, we get this. Then we go back to improve your mood. You can see again preview, and then there they can actually see the blog, which is nice. Go back, paywall, go forward to the other one that we set, preview. So you can see it's really slick, it's instant, and it looks really, really slick in my opinion. Again, saying my opinion and reflected many times. Obviously my opinion is my opinion. I do apologise. Anyway, so that's that. Hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully it's allowed you to sort of wrap your head around the digital products and the pricing plan side of things. You can set multiple pricing plans. I've got a video on that. And you can add like the digital product block elsewhere on the site. In fact, before I let you go, let me just show you how to do that. Okay, so we're back on the site one last time, I promise. Let's go into the About page, and then we'll go into Edit, and then we can see, instead of this, let's remove this, and we'll put a digital product block. So imagine this says like, sign up to our blog, this is what you get, blah, blah, blah. So we add a block, we look for digital products, and we're going to stick that here. Make it a little bit bigger, and move it there, okay. So we double click on this, and then we can choose our pricing plan. So my secret content, and then let's just center align that like so. There we go. We've got all of the secret content that users can sign up for. So it's not just the sign up page that like the paywall page that users get where they can sign up. You can put this block wherever you want on the website. So super useful to know, and hopefully this will help you paywall your content if you wish. Now, if you did find this useful, please make sure to leave a like and hit subscribe. And if you want me to build your Squarespace website, you can get in touch using the links in the description.